Taxes are like a means of, it's really not, I've not seen any economy which has developed by overtaxing people. Because you see, an economy should be helping people to grow. You don't overtax someone, because you see, a tax is like an extraction. Yeah. If you see like poll tax, all these taxes, it's like as if an economy is trying to find a way of, like a scapegoat of making money. If you see like other economies like these Chinese, they have state companies which actually make money in the name of the government. So they actually make money than actually taxing people. Because if you want to tax me, why don't you let me first do business? I make enough money, then you tax me later if you feel like you need to tax me. But you see, before they get there, a lot of taxes, excise duties, people will not actually do business. So you'll end up being taxed, and that's all you do. So those are really blockages which we should...
I understand taxes and tariffs are really slowing down the progress.
A lot,
especially for the cashew nut farmers and any other farmers. So what reforms would you recommend so that we can have the fast track full integration in terms of cashew nut farmers?
For example, the tax regime, those kind of things should be really removed. You don't have to be... If you want to favor growth and development, eliminate such taxes so that you can realize growth. Then later you can do whatever you want to do. Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
So I understand East Africa is we have young population in East Africa who like to venture in this cashew nut farming and any other farming. But let me just focus on the cashew nut farming. Right now, what do you think the resources or the program that should be the government or the concerned party should prioritize so that we can have the youth who are majority so that they can seize something better or good to invest in the cashew nut farming?
Yeah, you see, youth are a certain energetic force. Right now, the East African community has about 80 to 85% population of youth. But if you study them, they are really in happening. They are just happening. Now you wonder if you're happening in these all go-to-do places, wherever they are doing music and whatever. But you wonder, are you really doing something back home which can actually add value on you? We had this Diamond Platinum sometime back in Uganda for coffee stuff. I remember asking him, do you have like a cashew nut farm in Tanzania? Because he's from Tanzania. The guy said, actually, I don't have, but I'm going to think about it. So you see, if these musicians had an idea of not just going into music, but do you have something that can build an economy? Because we don't eat music. People eat food, people eat, this is what makes life. So these kids need to be educated because this is money. I will actually tell you, if you study like Indian kids, these kids of these Indians, they already understand business. I don't know, their families, their fathers, they really, even if it's sugar, you look at sugar and industry, you think maybe it's a mess, but they are already there. This guy is actually managing a family enterprise. So imagine if we're also doing the same. Yeah, so it's not to say that they are really great, but there is a certain way they are handling things, beat after beat, and they are doing well. Family after generation, and things are happening.
So we have this outdated narrative. So how can you foster a region that generally embraces the youth-led innovation? How can you empower the young generation that is right now we have the Gen Z generation? So how can you empower them so that they can see the positive side of agribusiness? How can we empower them?
First of all, you have to acknowledge them. Know that they are young people and they need to be informed. Of course, you don't curse them. You don't. You inform them. Teaching, learning. There are some people who have learning disabilities. We normally call them. But even people you call to be disabled in learning, they are actually able. So you have to give them the patience, give them the time, but explain them on purpose. Be intentional. Don't be a leader who just thinks that maybe you will just cast them any way you want. Because come on, these are 85% of the East African community. So if you don't give them attention to show them the relevance of actually doing an agri-business and what comes out of it,